Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
The best of O'Mara.
Oh, recurring themes on this show all the time. Oscar and I discussing May, December. I was telling the boys that down here in Cocoonville,
yes,
there was a little outdoor dinner that was celebrating a woman's 60th birthday. Not unusual for down here.
Makes sense.
And my friend, who was apparently at that table,
your friend,
later in the week told me that the young lady was 60 years old, basically a year younger than I am, and the husband was at the table too, and he's 79. And I was saying to Oscar that that made me feel good because there's somebody that is me 20 years down the road, which is kind of cool. And then Oscar said, "Do you think that Carla thought of you as an old man when she married you?" Mm-hmm. And that immediately took that good feeling and made me feel bad again.
Oscar has the ability to turn cider into vinegar. Drop the hat.
I said to her, I said to you, I don't think she did think of me as an old man when she married me. I don't think so.
And that was the marriage was 11 years ago, right? Isn't it? You're on your 11th year of marriage?
Well, we've been together 15 to 17 years.
Right.
We've been married almost 11.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she was. You were 50 and she was 21 or something like that. 29.
I would be 50.
Yeah. So you were roughly my age when you married her.
Yeah.
Within, ballpark, as we were saying.
Now I'm starting to feel bad again. We were together a long time before we got married.
Yes.
Because I, of course, was committed to not taking the plunge again. I just didn't think it was possible.
You're like Larry, though. You love love.
Now let me
you're
ask
in
you
the
this.
same camp as he is, and now I feel even worse.
No,
I continue to feel worse.
Mads, how old are you?
I'm 20.
What? Excuse me?
24.
24. Okay.
And I'm not sure that's an appropriate question.
Do you
to ask
look
her.
at? Yeah. Well, I think we ask her every week.
I know.
Or I do. Sorry. Do you look at Rob and like, man, that guy's a young buck, or do you look at Rob and like, man, that's an old dad?
Yeah, I can't say I think of him as young. It would be an old dad.
Alrighty.
So Carla would have been 29, right?
Right.
Yes.
If I was 50.
So that's ballpark. So the age difference between you and Carla is roughly
I hate
the
this
age
discussion
difference between me and Maddie.
So much. I hate this discussion.
Carla could have been running our video production, and then you married her.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Yes,
She's
let's bring her in.
Hey, Carla! Come here for a minute. It's an emergency.
Pull the key out of the treadmill. Come here.
We need you. It's important. They're having it's the same discussion. All right, we're gonna get her in.
I hate to bring up the 75 hard, but I looked up the actual...
this is you should reset. This is
sorry, we're bothering you in the middle of
diet
your
plan.
Oh, she's back. She's back.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get her. I'm getting a microphone for
Mike,
her.
I love that you are bringing this head on.
Right.
Taking
I have
head
to.
on.
I've dealt with it since we started dating.
Yeah,
I've dealt with that.
Carla
microphone. Carla microphone.
Oh,
Carla
activated.
microphone.
I think it's the age difference now is much more acceptable than it was then, and it was never unacceptable.
Well, as it would be 20 years earlier than that.
Well,
if I was 30
and she was 10,
and she was,
oh, gross.
That's not okay.
No, but I'm saying that's the way it goes.
Turn 21.
Yeah, 18.
It's a reality. All right.
Hi, Carla.
What's up?
Sorry to interrupt your indoor workout.
Sorry, I don't have a permanent chair for you. You want to move over a little bit?
Now she looks like
you want to sit on my lap, little girl?
Hi.
This is the grossest turn.
All right.
Hey, you want to sit on my
Hey,
lap?
happy Wednesday.
Hi,
So
Carla.
the
Hi.
discussion is going on the age difference, and somehow I was talking about the fact that my friend John,
Piano teeth.
you know what?
Oh, piano smile.
No,
I love
come
piano.
on, please
Piano.
don't. We were talking about the fact that there was a 60th birthday party, and that he mentioned to me that the woman's husband was there. I can tell you've been there.
Yeah, I'm doing cardio.
You sound like Rob, but Rob sounds like that when he's sitting in the chair.
Somehow it makes more sense.
She was talking about the fact that there was a 79-year-old man and that there's an age difference there. And,
Yeah, that would be 19 years.
And I said it made me feel good that there was, that there they were.
And you know what my reply was? There are others.
Oh, that's sweet.
Let me
That's
turn that
sweet.
down. That's a little. So I said it made me feel good, and because it made me feel good, Oscar said. Oscar's question was, "Ooh, you were really getting it done there." Huh?
Yeah, I was doing star jumps.
Were you wearing the shades when you?
No, I just,
You wear those for the show.
Well, if
Showtime.
you want to imagine Jackie Onassis on a treadmill, that's what you got.
So when you married me, did you think of me as an old man when you married?
No, not at all.
Really?
All right.
Yeah, not at all. He was in his early 40s. I was
No, we
23.
got married. How old was I when we got married?
He's 50.
That was like 7 years later. So you're probably 49.
50.
Oh, wait,
49,
50.
50.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't look at the number. I just don't.
when we got married, though,
Figures
you didn't
bore
either,
her.
right? You didn't when we got married. either.
No, not at all.
Okay, so does that answer your question? All
At any
That
point,
was never a part of the discussion.
at
It was
any
simply
point,
numbers.
did any of your girlfriends say he's how old? And that's an honest question.
No,
No. All right.
no, everybody was very supportive.
How much?
I've always been very young for
Mike's
my
always
age.
been a lot
And
of fun.
also-
until the
he's-
last 5 years or so.
being a
Makes me
man
laugh.
with a certain amount of fame, a lot of people knew his age.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
can look
that's
it up.
true.
You could look
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
on the-
How old's your?
Yeah, but
your
I
mom?
got crap from my friends right from the get-go.
I think my
Oh, yeah,
mom
but
is
they give you crap
57.
all the
Okay,
time.
yeah, just a few years.
Wait, everybody's talking at the same time.
Sorry.
Hold on a second. Let's
Yeah,
get
we're
our
having
timing
multiple
right.
conversations.
All right, what are you saying, Carl? What did you say?
You are 61, so my mom's 58.
Okay, got it. Okay.
That's a 3-year
Yeah.
age difference,
Yeah,
like me and Carrie.
Yeah, ballpark.
Yeah, ballpark.
Yeah.
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 Generational.
I asked
they're
Mike this
being
question.
dicks without
You
trying
know,
to
it's all
sound like
about your
Yes.
soul and how
Yes.
that feels towards another person, whether
soul?
it's male or female.
Oh, soul.
So,
Soul.
yes.
Yeah, sorry.
I
about that.
I
It's
agree.
just
I agree. I think Mike. Look, Mike is a young buck. He's got a young soul. I get that. I get that.
Soul.
When Mike had his first surgery, when you guys were together, were you like, "Oh man,
He's such a.
I didn't know this was gonna happen."
He does this to you all the time, Rob. But
Yeah.
this is definitely how he sets
I
it up.
remember the first
Mike
surgery.
is a young buck, and
Yeah.
then he launches into when Mike had his first surgery.
Yeah, his back
That's
surgery.
how he. When he starts when Oscar attacks Rob, and when Oscar, Rob's really good at being funny.
Yeah.
and then I know something horrible is coming down
But
the road. Now I'm the victim of
he
it.
learns from the best because a lot of times, Rob is great to travel with, but
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry
Well,
about that.
can I answer the question about the
Please,
first surgery?
please.
It was awesome, actually. He had
Get
laser.
a camera, please.
He had laser. Ow, my knees are hurting.
Oh, well, sit on my lap.
Okay.
Again
so
with
he
that?
had.
Now we can't see. Now everybody's seeing you.
I love it.
All
I love
right.
it. Let's
Maybe
do
I
it.
should have a permanent
Can I
chair
just
in here.
finish so I
Yes.
can get on with
All right.
this?
Sorry.
Okay,
how many times has she
okay.
said that?
Yeah. Rob. There's that funny part we talk about.
It's horrible.
So his
with
first surgery was in Tampa. So we got to travel to Tampa. This is when we were living in Virginia.
Oh.
And we were staying at a really nice hotel with like a pool. So while he was getting a surgery, I was out tanning.
That is. Oh, you know what? I'm so
Hey.
sorry.
Yeah.
I look at it through a different lens. I figure surgery, wife at the hospital, sitting
Worried,
waiting
knitting.
room.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
gonna have a heart attack?
I knew
I'm
that
the-
he
I'm
would
the old
be
one, but
okay
are you
because
gonna-
they say right after the surgery he can walk within 45 minutes. So I
Yes.
knew,
Oh, he was gonna be okay.
I'll help him walk.
Yeah, gotcha.
He
Okay,
could
this-
walk. He
this sounds
chose
great.
not to. Yeah.
Carla,
I had
was
laser
wrong.
spine surgery, 15 years ago? Something like that?
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
and by the way,
probably
that place is out of business.
The first surgery you had was probably your circumcision. And that goes way back.
Well, how do you know he was circumcised?
I know. We traveled
What is
together.
wrong with you?
Well, I was just
What
trying to think.
is wrong with you?
Trying to think of your first surgery.
My first surgery. That's perfect. Perfect. It's an old Saturday Night Live, one of the greatest Saturday Night Live fake commercials ever.
Okay.
The ride of the Lincoln Continental, and they give a guy getting a Jewish kid getting a circumcision in the back of the Lincoln.
And the
it's
moil-
still
and the
one
moil
of and the
says-
moil is there. Perfect.
Oh, my
The ride of the Lincoln Continental. Still one of the
Thank you,
greatest fake
Carla.
spots they've ever done.
If you say
We,
so.
we stand corrected. We stand
Yeah,
corrected.
exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad I could
All
help.
right, thanks, sweetie.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Go back to your inside exercise.
Yeah.
And,
Indoor
No,
exercise.
not there. Not there. Don't put the headphones there. Thank you very much. Just put them on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you very much. All right. See you later.
Thank you. Have a great workout.
Bye. Have a good workout.
Bye-bye.
All right.
She never saw
75.
age.
No.
Huh?
She never
No, it's
saw
the
age.
soul. It's the
That's
soul.
beautiful.
The soul, the man within. The man within.
I was on the flip side. I was given a hard time early on by friends of mine who immediately, when we started dating, she was 22 or 23, late 22, 23. And there were people who said, is she even 21? And then because I owned a bar and stuff like that.
Right.
And that was painful for
But
me.
you got to know, and we've
then
discussed
meanness.
it. We've discussed it on the show.
That's jealousy, though.
There's jealousy there, but you hang around a group of ball-busting people, and you like that.
I do. I like that. I will tell you this, though. It was very much I think, far more big deal for me than it was for Carla. And especially when it came to meeting the family. And I like to say that Carla and I guarantee you Carla and I had people say, oh, my God, how long is this going to last?
Yeah.
That type of thing went on, and here we are.
That's not the age
closing in
thing,
on
though. You'd already been married twice.
Well, it was that combined with, by the way, everybody that I socialized
Such a
with
memory.
in a golf community perceived me, even though I had been dumped in my second marriage.
Yeah, but
I
you're not
was
going to publicize that. Yeah, you're not going to publicize that.
I'm not going to publicize it, but because I showed up with Carla, it was, there's the old fart trading his wife in for a new model. I got
There's that DJ doing his DJ things.
But that's also
if you don't
easy.
think
That's
that's
an easy
hurtful. That
trope.
was the most hurtful thing of all. It
That's
really
an
was.
easy trope to go with. I mean, it's almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an obvious pattern and one that you're going to jump on, and they're not going to examine your feelings and your soul, and that's not fair.
But there are, I've been around a lot of older guys that, fit that pattern. I certainly think it's a very, very big thing out in Hollywood. You see it all the time out there. The biggest, I think the most famous example would probably be Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
Right now. And then his wife getting in, all that trouble for cultural, what do they call it? Cultural
Appropriation?
adoption or appropriating the Spanish, the Latin culture when she really was, a gringa.
From Boston.
And another
from Boston.
example was Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld, but not that big. I don't remember it being a big, that big a deal.
Was it Shoshana? Yeah.
And then there was the greatest example of all time, and I think the man was so put upon, Woody Allen. Woody Allen went into the gross category.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
illegal.
Yeah,
because it was his adopted
Morally.
daughter, correct?
Really weird.
I don't think I think that.
Yeah,
he had,
Sun Yi was his adopted daughter.
No, because she was adopted by Mia Farrow and Andre Previn before he married Mia Farrow. So he married the mother of the daughter, but he never adopted her, I believe, because it's Sun Yi Previn.
Yeah, but you're not justifying that it doesn't just.
She is the adopted daughter of Mia Farrow and musician Andre Previn. Good call, Rob.
Thank you.
And
I'm
the
not,
wife.
Oscar, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just laying the deets
The
out.
guy's got, I guess, and this is alleged.
Alan was the mother's boyfriend, Mia Farrow, for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And let's see. She's now 50. And Woody is. How come they don't put Woody's age down?
Because he's
Woody
ageless. And also, Woody is tangentially related to another great Hollywood story, which is that Frank Sinatra obviously banged Mia Farrow, but probably banged her mother back in the day in Hollywood, too. So that's a two-generation thing with
Who
Frank
was
Sinatra.
Mia Farrow's mother?
Isn't it Maureen O'Hara? I have to double check. It's someone of that age. Hold on, give me a sec.
Well, oh man, now we're really getting into the weeds with it. In Hannah and Her Sisters, isn't Maureen O'Hara in that movie? I
believe so. Yeah.
Is Maureen O'Hara Miracle on 34th Street?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's Maureen O'Sullivan. Forgive me. I got it.
Maureen O'Sullivan is in Hannah and Her Sisters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care anymore. But that's.
But there's a good mother-daughter couplet for Frank Sinatra.
Now, you get into the. I mean, because we've met Carla's mom. She's very
great,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Are you saying something we're not seeing, Mike? Did you ever?
What are you talking about? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? I know you get excited with this topic. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to follow along.
What about follow along? What about the?
How did
I'm
you
just
meet
talking about
Carla?
age. I met Carla at a party after seeing her and speaking to her at a restaurant bar in Manassas.
I'm asking a question.
And then
Did
we
you
went to a
meet
private party. We talked for 2.5 hours,
her
and then we never
mother
stopped dating.
before you
after-
met Carla?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Met her mother long after. I was nervous
Got it.
going to meet her mother because, of course, of the age difference. And I'm walking up the steps to her mom's house, and I'm hearing perf, 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 perf. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm real about it. I didn't process it with Carla. Never in my mind did I really I processed Carla being beautiful far more than I processed her being younger. And then I also, and then as time grew, I mean, this is, what do they talk about? Grow together?
Yeah.
Grow together. That's, we're textbook example of that.
That's sweet.
She made me grow in different ways. That
And
doesn't
shrink
sound
in
good.
different ways.
Okay, shut up. Can you ever slow down?
Just
with
to
that?
button it
I
up,
knew.
Maureen O'Sullivan was
What?
Norma in Hannah and Her Sisters, and she was also probably best known for being in the Tarzan movies. Tarzan.
Oh, Tarzan.
Oh, she was Tarzan. She was Jane.
Yeah, Maureen O'Sullivan and her daughter.
The
Mia
original
Farrow.
Jane with Johnny Weissmuller.
Yeah, so it is theoretically that Frank banged her and banged Mia Farrow. Of course, he banged Mia Farrow because they were married.
This is so classy sometimes.
Well,
Let me
you
say
brought
that.
he brought that up.
I didn't bring
that
that up.
and then you asked me.
Well, you brought up Woody Allen, which brought up Mia Farrow, and I was,
Well, Woody Allen is the everybody was grossed out by
But that,
Woody Allen.
the Frank Sinatra,
you know?
Mia Farrow, that was a big deal because that was, I think, a 30-year age difference. And he got so pissed when she cut her hair for Rosemary's Baby. I don't like broads with short hair. He didn't like it.
What about that random gentleman that came out and said that he was Frank Sinatra's son? Did he ever get claimed?
Oh, no. Well, do you mean?
Allen and Soon-Yi, Woody Allen and Soon-Yi have a rather large age difference. She was born in 70 and is 35 years his junior.
Oof.
Okay, that's a little odd.
That's
and you
too
see
much.
pictures of them together. That's too much. They began their
That's like a
romantic
Price is Right
relationship.
game. We're going to name 2 Hollywood stars, and you tell me when the age difference is too much.
Too much.
That's
They
too
began
much.
their romantic relationship when she was about 21 and he was 57. That's a little odd.
Too much.
That's gross. No, actually, I can't judge. Judge not, lest ye be judged.
That
But I
is
mean,
true.
Woody
That is
Allen.
true.
Let he who was without sin throw the first stone.
Do you
And
think
they've been, and they're still together.
Do you think little Michael's gonna look for a young bride as well when he's ready to get married?
Oh, his
No, I don't.
Culture-
I don't think Michael, I don't
culturally-
think little Michael's going to look for anyone based on age. And by the way, little Michael, there will be some news that's related to him and young crushes when we get into the Bible. Well, you know what? I can give it to you. I can give it to you right now. That's why.
He's singing.
It's a nice song, Young Love.
Michael was in the store with Mom, and I guess the flowers were there, and there were these little bouquets of flowers. Says, "I'd like to buy those," and she said, "Oh, you gonna get them for your teacher, or do you want to buy them for Gammy? Who do you?" He said, "No." And he mentioned the name of a young girl at school that he has a crush on. That he is actually 7 years old, buying flowers for his crush in first grade.
A classmate.
Which we thought that was truly adorable.
He's gonna get his heart broken, Mike.
I know.
You can't
Well,
let him do
he
that.
might if he gives the flower. But we're not going to prevent him from doing that.
He's
He might
like,
as well
hey,
own up to the reality of it.
give
I've
him the pep
certainly
talk.
dealt with that.
Yeah.
What's that? I'm not going to give him a pep talk at seven years
Be like,
of age.
hey,
I don't need
if
to.
you ignore him, they'll like you more, little Michael.
Yeah, play hard to get.
Yeah, play hard. to get.
Excuse me,
just give
that
it away.
isn't relevant just yet.
Okay.
All right, Commander, walk down the hill and do them all. It is not.
What?
That is not. Yeah, that's you.
My sister, my older sister, gave me that pep talk after I was heartbroken when I gave this young lady in freshman year in high school a dozen roses, and they giggled at me and walked away.
Well, that's the very cruel age. I mean,
is.
that's right after middle school. That's when I may have that discussion. Not that if you want to play hard to get, but I probably would say, children can be cruel.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's risking his heart with this particular situation. They're not even at that in that zone yet. I'm looking at Rob, whose brain right now is just going.
Oh, Mike, I had to turn my gate down on my mic because you could hear the.
Don't. It's
But
just sweet
mouth is
and
shut. Mouth
cute.
is shut. That is cute.
That's what I think it is. It's sweet and
What
cute.
if he's got
and
the
they're
chip?
fine.
What if he's? And I know it's 7, but it's early.
What
This is
chip?
This
What
is where the
chi- here
chips
we
are being
go. What chip?
programmed.
Do I have a kick me sign on my back?
No,
saying, What is
Mike.
the chip? What?
Like you or the Omero men tend to fall in love very quick, and that love
Hold it.
That is incorrect.
No.
Hold on. I have to jump
That is
in here.
incorrect.
I'm going to slow my
I will
gears
give you
down.
statistics to refute that.
Yeah, what
All right?
I would like first him to cite an example based on that unfounded claim.
Okay, I'm
I'm
sorry.
curious.
I will give you my cousins.
No, I want Oscar to cite an example because he
I
laid that out.
just have Mike is a constant because of how he's fallen in love and gotten married multiple times. That's a constant. I don't know about the rest.
Well, they're spread out over 30
And I don't want to put
years.
people's business out there. I have one other relative that I know about, but I don't want to put their business out there.
No, I would say we have one I'm going to go through the men in our family.
Okay.
And I'm talking about my immediate family, which would include my cousins.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's where all the men are in my family. First of all, my father.
Men.
My father married my mother late in life, first marriage. Courted her for many years.
That's beautiful.
God rest his soul. He died happily married to my mom. That's number one.
All right.
Okay. Let's move on to cousin number one. Cousin number one would be got married later in life. 2 beautiful children, beautiful wife, still happily married today.
Okay.
All right?
Can I get 2 dings, please? 2 dings.
Oh, I don't have my thing open, but I'll do that. Yeah, I'll give you 2 dings for that if you want.
I like hearing the dings, and I know that you're making great
okay.
points. Or
So
I'm
that's
making
my
it relax
dad?
to me. Okay, yes.
Might want to turn up the volume. That's my dad. That's my cousin. Cousin number 3.
All right.
Has a relationship with a very lovely woman that has been multiple years. Hasn't ever been married.
Ever.
Not
Oh, wow.
married, no
A
children.
confirmed bachelor, Oscar.
That's wonderful.
And then you have the final cousin married once, and that did not work out. Married twice, children from both marriages. Appears to be very happy.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
In life. That's
beautiful.
That's the.
It sounds
so
like
I'd
a
say your
conservative-
statistics
yeah.
are off.
It's 40%. It's a high probability. A high probability.
No,
you're
it's
also
40%.
you know what?
It's
You're
2 of the
conjuring.
5 O'Mara men.
You're conjuring because your original statement was that the O'Mara men fall in love quickly.
Okay, there's a problem.
Not true.
I restate that. The O'Mara men have a 40% probability from the data that was just given to us. This is new data, just broke, that there may be an option B once they get married the first time.
So it's not the fall in love quickly
All right,
chip.
you know
It's
what?
the divorce chip.
You know what?
Yes.
Hold on. I don't want to do a funny here because this actually has I've gotten a lightning bolt here.
Okay.
I think we need to have a discussion about why people get married.
Oh,
and whether or not I think this could be this could go on and on and on. But we're going to divorce ourselves from this conversation right now. And when we come back, we'll finish because I want to find out. I have a very significant theory on why people get married in many cases because I did it.
Really?
And and we'll see what happens after that. There are exceptions to every rule. Okay? I would urge everyone in our audience right now that's listening to this, maybe shaking their head or rolling their eyes. Okay, it's not all about you. Anything you want to say, Shecky? Is there anything you with the pressure on, going to a kicker right now? We're going to continue our discussion on marriage when we come back. It just sort of happens.
I think that if she's listening, I'd like to say that I love her very much. Carrie, my future ex-wife.
Thank you very much.
Hey TMOS listeners, Dan O'Brien here to tell you that when I'm not busy wearing tight sweaters or getting Oscars coffee, I'm subscribing to the TMOS Bonus Package. The TMOS Bonus Package is the best way to support the show. You get an additional uncensored show every week. If you love listening to me laugh in the background during regular shows, you'll love hearing me do it on the bonus shows. It's an amazing deal, so make sure to buy the bonus package today. I promise you'll be laughing as hard as me at the bonus show, or my name isn't.
Dan O'Brien. The best of O'Mara.
All right. Speaking of, and I don't know where it came from, but it started today, the discussion of Carla and my age difference. And I'm thinking, if I go back to my original marriage, and without mentioning names, because I still honor that,
Right.
I believe that I was someone, and I wonder if I'm alone in this. I was someone who felt like, at my age, when I was young, in my mid-20s when I got married the first time.
What year?
That 1839. I believed that was, hear me out here, because it's not that complicated, that getting married was a status symbol.
Like a rite of passage?
It was that by getting married, I was in the club. I felt as though many of my friends were getting married around that time, and that was what I believe. I came from that era where that's what you do. And by the way, the guys that are down here, they're a little older than me, most of them, but some of them aren't. They all seem to have done that. The younger guys probably have a little worse track record than some of the people that are maybe late 60s down here.
I don't know. Culturally, you're saying, at least from your circle of friends in the, I would say, mid 80s, if you were in your 20s and you had 2 nickels and some sort of stability, your next step was to get married.
I believe if you did, I know there have been sociological studies on it. I'm sure you could track this, but that was the way I felt. And I also think that a lot of these marriages may have gone south because there was that's what you do. You find somebody, you think you have something in common, and, it's the classic got married too young, but I kind of felt like, oh, this is a person, I think this will work out. And there were warning signs for my first marriage all over the place. And I didn't pay attention to it because I thought I needed to be married. I felt this strong need to be married. And if I had to go back and do it again, I never would have.
I'm getting a little bit of a mixed message here. Do you think it's more of a status symbol or a societal norm, or is it peer pressure? Because you said all your friends were doing it. So it's a mix of them. Okay.
Yeah, I felt, I think look, it's hard for me to project back to that time and tell you what was going on. But now, when you go back to my parents' era, you have the religious factor that enters in to a lot of families where you got married, and even if you had the warning signs and you felt like even 10 years into your marriage, you stuck together. That's the way it was divorced. Done.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, and really, I don't know. I think I do. I think if you're in a horrible marriage, I think it's the brave thing in many cases to not make people suffer, because ultimately it's not just you suffering, but it's people around you that suffer.
Yeah.
If you're in a bad marriage, I believe that with all my heart, and that's it, and that's why I know I'm all over the place here.
Now, did you ever get out of that? This all makes sense, and I appreciate you opening. And honestly, for the younger young bucks and young ladies in our audience, this is a good primer into like why and when or how you should do this.
Kids nowadays aren't getting married, right? They're not getting married as early or as frequently as we used to. They're holding out, like you did, like you did, Oscar, right?
I held out because for me at least, I felt like everybody that I knew was married was miserable, and I said, well, why rush into that, Mike? Why rush into that?
I would think someone who loves the struggle.
You're doing shtick, but at the same time, I get it.
I'm here to tell you, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't, because it was so much easier when I was alone. I love my wife. I'm going to take care of her for the rest of her life. But
Did you just say if you could do it all over, you wouldn't have even gotten married when you did?
No. I would have held out longer, another maybe 5 years.
But of course, it would have been the same woman.
I'd be hopeful. No, she would have left me by now. I think God.
Leave her choice out of it. You're giving your druthers.
Shannon won't be listening to this show. I love you, Shannon. That's terrible.
He goes home. He's I don't know why the router's out. We just don't have.
Rob Spiewak was one of the last people to get married early.
Yeah.
Rob got married in his mid-20s as well.
And I actually, unlike my parents, I chose to get married. My parents were rather forced to get married. And that's a story from a long time ago that you can revisit in an older episode.
Yeah, but if they were a little older, they probably would have stayed in that marriage, correct?
It's hard to say because, they were kids, 19 and 20 when they got married. Think of yourself at 19 getting married.
Yeah, they don't know what the hell
they don't. And you know what? But
he certainly knew what he was doing with little Robert. And I'm not talking about your grandson. HBS.
But he, it's funny. I think that had
the swordsman. It's all in the movie.
It's in the movie. If they had matured together, I think they probably would still be, because they're still great together. They still communicate. It's always been amicable. And you've
never talked about that. How do they? You say it's amicable, but do
they text?
That's if you don't mind talking about it, and you're old enough now, you can talk about it. Do they ever, is there ever shtick done where, well, of course you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Is there ever, do you get, I mean,
Yeah,
because
a
they
little
were
bit.
so young.
A little bit, yeah.
Can you share any of that at all?
They don't run in the same circles, especially now that my dad, ever since, COVID and even before, he basically lives on the Eastern Shore now. So they're not,
Right.
he keeps a residence in Falls Church, but
Right.
but they see each other at Christmas, holidays, family things. And, there's a hug and a kiss on the cheek and how you doing? And they text each other on birthdays. My mom texts them on their anniversary, which she always,
that's incredible.
which I think is very funny. But it's this is a sweet story. I've never told this, is that my dad's mom was in assisted living because she had horrible dementia for the last 10 years of her life. And my dad was a saint about visiting her every week. And I've tried to come along sometimes, and to watch his Herculean effort to visit a person in the last stages of dementia is basically to sit down and do a monologue. And we had this with my Uncle Pete as well, my dad's twin, because they can't reply, but they can still sort of process, right? So you need to talk to them and just do it. And my dad would have his greatest, he said, I'm going to go see mom and do the greatest hits package, do the stories and everything. And one time he was there and he said, da 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 da. And, everyone makes mistakes. I made some mistakes, Mom. And she said, yes. And I mean, to get a word out of her was crazy. She said, yes. And he said, I made mistakes, Mom. She said, yes. Sharon. And
Wow.
and he said, Sharon, my first wife? And she said, shouldn't have divorced her.
And he shared that with you and your mom?
Yeah, I think my mom knows. I know he shared it with me, and I think my mom knows. But I always thought that was really sweet. And I think when you look at that from an older person's perspective, watching their son and daughter-in-law, and we were always, always close as a family, I thought that's pretty telling. That
That's
they think
super
that they should have stuck together.
I had similar things towards the end of my mom's life, but it was never should have married. Anyway, that
But,
was
as far as
sorry.
getting married,
That's the truth. That's the way I'm telling
And
you.
did she hold up number 1 on her fingers, then number 2?
Well, it was like Oscar at a hospital where they hold up the pain chart that you point to how bad something hurts.
So when they're together, is there ever any snark at all? Just like under the breath, or maybe with you, or even when you're not and when he's not around. Is there ever any kind of
no? It's there's all good feelings there.
Well, obviously all good feelings, but there had to be some bad feelings if there was a divorce.
Yeah, I will sometimes make a joke, a running joke on the family Zoom meetings during the COVID has been. That happened at one of my mom's weddings, I'll say. And because she's been married
So how many
twice.
times has your mom been married?
Just twice.
Okay,
And she's a widow now, and she's not seeing anybody.
Okay,
But
all right. So really, I mean, she had one bad marriage.
Yeah, give her a
a
hard time about stuff like that. And then sometimes I will do something like jokingly about, well, that's his, something. And I mentioned that Bob and his wife, Kathy. And I'll just say, Kathy, that's the one who got Bob. And, but it's just total good-natured snark.
So is the, I never asked this, and if I'm
That's fine.
getting too personal, tell me to shut the F up. But
All right.
Who left who? Who was the,
I think we know that.
Well, I know that my dad moved out for the separation, but you know what? Out of a courtesy to a kid in 4th grade, or 3rd, I guess, it was vague. We sat down, we had a family meeting.
Was after 4th grade, was there any clarity on it?
No, and I think if they had wanted me to know, they would have told me, and it's their deal. I don't know.
That's really sweet. I'd want to know.
But the other thing
who
is,
the
as
villain
far
was.
as my marriage, I got married at age 25, proposed at age 24, which, looking back, is awfully young. I think your auto insurance should go down before you take a fiance. But I knew, and this is really a clear moment in my life, I knew when I decided to marry Carrie or to ask her to marry me. I can tell you where I was. I was at the intersection on Route 50 in Fairfax, right by the International Association of Fire Chiefs. That building right there, it's a mall, like a big shopping center now, but it was right there. I was waiting there, and I was listening to the radio, sitting in my car, and I said, you know what? It's time to get married. And
going
it
to Jared.
hit me like that. It was so weirdly.
It's the way your brain works,
So
bro.
weirdly
It's the way
clear.
Your brain is so differently wired than mine is.
Yeah.
You can remember when you had the idea to pop the questions, but you are not burdened in any way to know who fucked up in your parents' marriage. I think that is you, and I think that is really, really spectacular. I literally am the opposite. I wouldn't ever care where I was when I decided to propose.
Because
to
you're
Carla,
Irish,
'cause
you
I'm
want
upset.
to assign blame.
I want to assign blame. It's important.
It's not important. What's
is, too.
important? No, what's important is that we had a nuclear family, and it wasn't working out, and they took measures to move to a different situation where we all grew up happy, separate, but still
very
together.
fortunate.
Very
and
fortunate.
Good for them. You're
and
very, very fortunate.
I've seen so many bad divorces and bad mouthing.
So have I.
Yeah.
So have I. Yeah.
Well, mine from a distance. And so
I'm just trying to block the pain out right now.
I understand.
Is it Stockholm syndrome when you're like, it was great?
Yeah, you have to where you befriend your jailer. Yes. Yeah. But I've seen. I mean, I grew up with kids, and I see it with people that I'm friends with now that have had acrimonious divorces, and it is so tough on the kids. It really is.
Yes,
you see
it
people
is.
that are soured, and
It is.
I do stop sometimes and think it'd have been really cool to have a mom and a dad at home.
dad around,
yeah, all day.
And I also would urge everybody
no
in
hard
that
feelings.
situation, parents that are splitting up, to absolutely don't diminish the other person when you're around your
High road.
family.
You've always said it.
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Take the high road. I wish I could say I did that every day, but I don't.
I'm like,
I don't
4
always
days
do.
and
I couldn't
7.
help myself.
4 days
it's
and
me.
7.
It's me. No, but I do most of the time. I do it.
Yeah.
And then as they got older, I did it because they said, "Hey, shut up."
Yeah.
And you get the message, and so it's on them really. And we've been fine. They're closer to their mother. It's natural.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
I guess if I had to assign blame, it would have been my mom and the meth, but I don't know.
the meth, yes, yeah.
When Rob said that he knew that he was in front of Beltway Plaza, and he said, "I'm going to Jared to get married." That he knew that he wanted. I don't know if I ever felt the way with Shannon. I felt like
Have you to this day? Do you feel that way?
no. Look, I clearly outkicked my coverage. I'm a lucky man.
Yeah.
I'd be lying though if I'm just going to tell you how it is. Being alone is easier. It just is. And it's not because of her. It's
Being
probably because
alone
of
is
me.
easier, you said?
It's easier. Like you come and go.
Well,
as
if
please.
you feel that way, I disagree. I think being together with somebody is.
Well, you have a
I do not
caregiver.
like-
You have a caregiver. You need someone in your house. Might as well be married.
So
to
you're
him.
saying
Yes.
that for Mike it's different because he requires assistance? That's a super dick move
And
right
he
there.
points and he points. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll come back with. I'm sorry. This is not over yet.
Do you like the Mike O'Mara bonus show? I've been a big fan of the regular show ever since it was on terrestrial. But I think the bonus show is the group's undisputed masterpiece. It's an epic meditation on intangibility. At the same time, it deepens and enriches the meaning of the regular show. Listen to the brilliant ensemble playing of O'Mara, Spiewak, and Santana. The show is extremely uplifting. It's as positive and affirmative as anything I've heard in a podcast. The TMOS bonus show. Don't just stare at it, buy it.
The best of O'Mara.
All right, back to Oscar
Yes.
and his
because it's easier to be alone.
Oscar's take.
Oscar's
it's very
marriage.
Oscar's take. Very
Oscar's take.
strange that you are discussing the fact that better to be alone. Very unusual for a married person to say that, but I suppose it's
Especially
it's the
in
way
a
you
public
feel
forum with
in
a
public
permanent
forum.
record.
Right, exactly.
Look, she may feel the same way. Well, no, I brought a lot to her life. Value, I would say.
I agree.
Look,
She
value.
seems every day I see her, Mike. She seems happier than the day before. You should have heard them on the phone. I had a phone call with them yesterday.
Yeah, I brought a lot to her life of value. There you go. Thank you.
Quotes from yesterday's
it's
phone
called
call.
Upward mobility.
Oscar's talking to me about something show related. It was a 10-second phone call, and he says, "Hold on, Rob. Shannon, can you please focus and do what you should be doing?"
I didn't say that.
That's what you said.
I said. If you do what you're supposed to be focusing on, we'll be done with this faster. So
It's not what I heard.
That's right. Coming from King Midas.
So
Very good.
I for those that if Pony came to me and he had anything going on with his life, like if he had any prospects of like something better than what he has today, not with girlfriends, but just like career wise,
What could that possibly be?
Okay, how about Pony's the wrong guy?
Right?
Who's successful in our life that's single? Who is successful that's single?
Single successful guy?
Yes.
Everybody's all married off.
How about Maddie? Maddie. If
Not a
Maddie
guy.
came to me, let's not do gender. It's not about gender.
All right.
If Maddie came to me and said, "I'm marrying John next year,"
Congratulations.
don't start rumors.
All right.
And she's like, "I'm ready." I'm not going to tell her what to do or not to do, but I'm going to ask her to weigh her options and say, "Look, what are your career goals? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How are you going to be able to sacrifice? Like, what if he wants to start a family sooner than you do?" There's all these dynamics you don't account for when you're getting married, especially when you're really putting everything you can into multiple businesses. And there are times where there is strain when you just want to continue working and they want you to come home, or vice versa. You want them to continue working and they want to go home.
All right. I direct you to the film, The Drumming Movie, with the guy from the insurance ads.
It's something
forgot
line.
the title
something,
of it.
I'll find out.
Not Drumline.
No.
No, not
Sideways.
Drumline. That's
No.
Nick Cannon.
No.
Starts with the Ness.
Hannah and
forgot
her
the name.
sisters.
It was the name of a
Isn't it
song.
Whiplash?
Whiplash. Thank you,
Thank
Pony.
you.
Thank you. And Pony, congratulations on your upcoming marriage.
Pony, remember in the movie Whiplash when he dumps that 10 that he has begun to date because he thinks it's going to interfere with his drumming and being the greatest there ever was, and he throws that away because you cannot. The heart and the head cannot intersect. You have to lead with the heart. It has to be love, love, love. Now,
As
I
far as
realize I've been married 3 times and I shouldn't, but at least I got it right on the third time.
Let me
At least I've
clarify
got
here.
that.
What I just said probably doesn't seem this way, and I get it if you're like, but you just said Oscar. I love my wife.
All right, good.
And
Glad you
I
said
feel lucky to be married to her.
that. Right.
The question was, would I go back and get married again at the same time in my life that I did originally?
You
which
were
is 5 years ago.
37 when you got married,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I think I could have held out and still had her in my life till I was 45. It would have been great.
That's
don't
all right
know.
if you feel that. But I mean, you're saying it's just strange to hear that. You are more comfortable, you're saying, being alone. Is that
Well,
it?
it would. So this is when, for those of you that are about to get married or have gotten married, you know that there's something changes when you get married.
That's
Yes.
true.
When the you becomes us,
Yes.
Yeah.
or we, and then when
In many cases, entire friendships can be modified.
Yes.
In a very dramatic way.
So,
that happens. That's
and
reality.
there's another qualifier. Pandemic, I'll take my wife all day. She's a 10 out of 10. I fall in love with her all over again.
You silver-tongued devil.
Pre-pandemic, could have been alone till I was 45.
That's a good. You got to, Rob. I guess we have to extract the positives out of that a little bit.
I see that if, let's use our rock and roll time machine and go back 6 years, and Oscar's still single, and he's still with Shannon, and they're still dating, but and you were cohabitating then. You lived together,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But you're single. I see that in present day, there'd be a lot more trips to Florida.
Look, everybody's different.
Peach? I'm on a boat, Peach.
Everybody is different.
Yeah.
And I am living proof you never can predict or plan or let it. It doesn't work out that way.
At any
and
point,
I consider myself lucky because I didn't follow my head on certain things. I actually said, I remember the first time marriage was discussed with my third wife. And I was like, we got married. All right.
Yeah.
Then a baby was brought up. And then it was like, well, I came on this very show and made the announcement that Carla was pregnant with Michael. And it was incredible. What I didn't anticipate is that it would be better than I ever could have dreamed. And people, here's the problem. Everybody, this is the one piece of advice I will give everybody.
Okay.
You go with what you think is right, no matter what. Do not, when it comes to relationships in
don't take
particular,
other people's advice.
you are going to hear more people that are going to tell you what they think. Look, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at the same time, everybody, the same thing with having a kid.
Right.
I always hated the people, oh my God, get ready for your life. No, I think having a baby and having children is absolutely spectacular.
The only advice you need to take comes from our friend Kanye West when he screamed
oh
prenup.
my God, here we go.
Yeah.
Yes, lay it on us, please.
No, prenup.
Prenup is it?
Prenup.
Yeah.
Look, you're going to sit. Look, this is the
I
time.
refuse to sign one.
You sit him down and you say, look, I don't want to do
He
this.
refused to sign
But
when
I'll-
Gary wanted him to.
But our family attorney, you could have one or not have one, says we have to get this done. You will be taken care of. Don't worry. But we have to get this done. It's just my parents are on my back or blame it
Maybe
on a
that's why
grandparent.
we're still together, because I have the giant "you will not be taken care of" clause. That's what
Can I ask one final question of Oscar?
one
Because
final question, then we have to
because
move on
he is
to
truly,
other
he's
things.
truly an onion. And
I'm just keeping it real.
I understand. But Mike and I both, I think, at least most of why we got married, the first time for Mike in my current marriage, it's a tradition. It was traditional. It was what was done. It was sort of the next step in a relationship. And
Right.
there really was not any great change in how Carrie and I operated day to day by getting married, except that we were legally married. Was there
I
any
understand,
sort of
Tevye. All right.
Tradition.
our position
way to
is
go.
precarious, like
All
a
right, very
fiddler
good.
on the roof.
Okay.
Was there any tradition or any sort of social moray that at least drove you towards marriage, or was that totally out of the picture by the time you proposed to her? Because I mean, it was for many years.
Two things kept me from getting married early on.
Okay.
My father saying they can all get pregnant and remember that. So always took care of that, wear protection. And then, because if I would have had a kid, I probably would have gotten married because I wouldn't want a kid to grow up without a father.
That's right. He was
Very
the
nice.
El
So that would have been
Bastardo.
something. That's one.
Yes.
And then two, just seeing, and maybe it was this. Seeing people getting married when I was younger, like your guys were talking in their 20s.
Yeah.
And then knocking on my door or on Facebook being like, hey, I just got divorced. Like, I see, like, you still, like, thinking that I still go out. So they want to re-enter society.
Right.
What happens is you get extracted from your social
the
circle.
rebound.
Yeah. And then going out with them and hearing how they're living in a studio apartment in DC, and the house is, the Great Falls home is with them and the children, wherever it was. And then just seeing how your life gets decimated by a divorce financially, that kept me from going there.
So you feared the
Well-
initial reset following a possible failure.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I believe his materialism is on full display. So that's wonderful. Well, that's.
I said I'd marry them if I got them pregnant.
I'm
That's
so
the
glad.
love.
How's your balance? Yeah, you're kind of slow getting up from the bed. Yeah.
Rob.
And here is my walker. This is the deluxe folding walker. You're going to want to put tennis balls on it. Yeah.
Don't settle for just any mobility device. Step up to the Cadillac of home assist age.
From Spiewak Industries, it's the new Dude Walker.
God damn it.
Shut in no more. Perfect for the convalescent that's hobbled, handicapped, or hampered.
Yes, the Dude Walker combines style and sophistication with solid support and stability.
I'm the dude.
You can get the new Dude Walker along with accessories like catheters and tennis balls from the Mike O'Mara Shopping Center. Click the link and you'll be mobile in no time.
I'm walking here.
The new Dude Walker. Walk on.
Caution, some items may have shifted during flight. The best of O'Mara.
I know you want to start with the picks today. I know you want to do our football picks, but I have to read this.
Okay.
Until you can't stand it any longer.
All right.
And you tell me to stop.
All right.
I have on my computer. Let me bring it over here.
Yes.
So I can see it a little more clearly. I have the DirecTV contract.
Oh,
the one they sent you.
the new guy.
This is simply for television.
Oh.
This is not anything new for anybody that's signed up.
All right.
And effective as of January 14th, 2019, until replaced. I don't know why it said January 14th, but you know what? Add it to the list of things I don't understand.
That's not even the day.
Dates.
Even if they got the month wrong, the 14 isn't close to anything.
I don't
know.
Does it open to a larger TV screen?
This agreement requires the use of arbitration on an individual basis to resolve disputes rather than jury trials or class actions. See Section 8. and also limits the remedies available to you in the event of a dispute. By using DirecTV service, you agree, A, that you have read and understand this agreement and agree to its terms, B, that you are 18 years of age or older, at least 19 in Alabama and Nebraska, 21 in Mississippi, to the AT&T acceptable use policy, to the AT&T privacy policy, to the AT&T access to terms of service. Please carefully read these documents to ensure that you understand each provision. If you do not accept these terms, please notify us immediately. We will cancel your order or service subject to applicable cancellation terms and or fees. Section 5. If you instead decide to receive our service, it will mean that you accept these terms and they will be legally binding. The equipment lease agreement available governs your receipt use. By the way, I'm skipping like the blue highlighted stuff.
Oh, okay.
That shows you websites. Governs your receipt, use, and return of leased equipment and receiving equipment. To view this agreement in Spanish, visit blah, 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 or call blah, blah, blah. Contacting DirecTV. To contact us, phone number, speak to your request to an automatic phone system. Now would you like to... That was, by the way... that was the intro to the customer agreement.
Yeah, that's like the preamble. That's the we the people of the contract.
Yeah, but are you reading it to, I guess, double down on the fact that all they do is spend time writing that legal paper and actually not servicing their customers?
They are the first, at least in my... Look, I've dealt with insurance companies. Right. Nobody worse than that.
Yeah.
This is the... For what they offer for a television service, this is without question the most ridiculous corporate madness I have ever experienced in my life.
I don't remember ever signing anything when I started with them.
Probably just clicked I accept and move on.
Yeah, I think so. It was a handshake deal.
Programming choices: A, ordering pay-per-view, on-demand DirecTV, other authorized devices, your programming changes, our programming changes, access card. By the way, I'm reading the highlighted areas. Mm-hmm. I'm not reading. There it is. There. Yeah. I'm going on and on and on with
like
it.
You're a better man. You're a better man.
Our service. It's
most people hit I accept and move on to the next page.
I have to show you this.
This is what big media will do to you.
I blame AT&T.
AT&T is it's madness.
Yeah.
It's madness. This is why you're paying what you're paying. There are
I remember
people and lawyers and all that.
Seeing AT&T's headquarters in New Jersey,
if
I'm not mistaken, and I felt like I saw a row of pyramids. And I said, oh, that's Ma Bell.
Yeah, that's it. That's sweet old Ma Bell.
I cannot believe how insane.
Take like 3 of the original, for those of you in the D.C. area, of AOL. Yeah. You know, AOL looked massive years ago. You're like, oh, my God, that's AOL.
Yeah. All right, one last I just picked a random paragraph.
Give me paragraph.
References to DirecTV, you and us include our respective subsidiaries, affiliates, agents, employees, predecessors and interests, successors and assigns, as well as authorized or unauthorized users or beneficiaries of services, equipment, or devices under this or prior agreements between us. Notwithstanding foregoing, either party may bring individualized action in small claims court. This arbitration agreement does not preclude you from bringing issues to the attention of federal, state, or local agencies, including, for example, the Federal Communications Commission. Such agencies can, if law allows, seek relief against you. What are you doing?
I don't know if it's going to require too much scrolling, but I'd love to hear the final paragraph.
If you're still reading this paragraph, you get a free year of DirecTV.
Yeah, the original version of this agreement is in the English language. Any discrepancy or conflicts between the English version and any other language version will be resolved with reference to and by interpreting the English version. I can't.
That sounds like a Trump paragraph.
I got it. And the guy that came out and installed it was fine.
Yeah.
No problems at all.
Did he speak English or Spanish?
He was you know what he looked like?
What?
No. He looked like Rob without a beard.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's
a little bigger than Rob.
It's a good look.
Bigger than Rob.
Yeah.
He said, I got to go up in the attic. I said, you're going up in the attic? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. Anyway. No. So, there it is. I just had to vent a little bit early on in the show. Because
you're better man than most. Most people just hit OK. Well, they scroll down, hit OK, and move on.
Let me tell you something. They sent it to me via email, and normally I do that, but I just happened to glance because right out of the gate, when you get the email, you're like, whoa.
Too much.
And I'd never had it before until the American Telephone and Telegraph Company that builds all the stadiums has been run by a series of like real pricks. We got to stop. We got to stop this, man. This is what does it. This is just the legalese, the lack of trust for individuals. And by the way, they could solve everybody's problems, give refunds, do what Rob asked for when Rob tries to cheat them. And by the way,
that's not fair because what are they doing but cheating us first?
You're the classic American.
They're cheating us first. They're cheating us first.
Yeah, I'm with you. Believe me, I've supported that for over the years. But at the same time, they could eat all of it, and still make just phenomenal sums of money.
You're right about that.
But I look at this and I say to myself, this may be what's wrong. And by the way, when it comes to, I think, medical claims and insurance, I think this is nothing compared to that.
Oh, I can imagine.
A lot more.
Although they probably took a page from it. Remember, Mike, the original contract was written in English, so if there's trouble, we're going with English.
Third-party beneficiary, DirecTV, and you expressly acknowledge and agree that TiVo, Inc., a Delaware corporation with its principal place of business at 2160 Gold Street, Alviso, California. They mentioned 2 states in one sentence.
Delaware.
Well, go on. What are they? Are they saying that TiVo's a no-go now?
I don't know what they're saying. How am I supposed to know what they're saying? Service may be interrupted from time to time in a variety of reasons. We are not responsible for any interruptions in service that occur due to acts of God, power, failure, or any cause beyond our reasonable control. However, because we value our customers, you value me.
Sure they do.
Pricks.
They sent you a lengthy email because they value you.
Wow.
You should write a letter.
I don't know.
Stern letter.
I know. I'd rather do this. I've got this. There's my letter.
There you go.
Pick out one sentence.
Love letter.
Pick out one sentence and say, I don't agree with this.
Yeah, sir. What does this mean?
Yeah, can you explain this to me?
I bet you they have a department for that.
Sure. Hold on, please.
I got a Sunday ticket.
You're in business.
So I'll be able to follow all the football games that I
do we have music
that I do.
Yeah, we're doing
picks?
this. Yes, we do, as a matter of fact.
All right, very good.
Oh, yes.
How you doing, Oscar, today? How are you?
I'm
more
great.
awake today?
Yeah, of course.
You're killing yourself.
Why
you know that.
Why are you being a dick to me? Right off the bat, 8:43 in the morning.
Because you have your resting bitch face again today. You look like you're tired.
And asking how you're doing is not being
a dick. By the way, I know your schedule, Oscar. So I mean, don't attack. The fact that you sprung at me right away. I just yesterday the entire.
I thought we had a great show yesterday.
I did. All right. Anyway, it was
Why
a
are you
very
being a
good
dick
show.
to me again?
I can't help myself. I can't help myself.
You're
just overtired.
You just got to attack.
You're tired.
I'm not tired.
Yes, you are. You were tired yesterday.
You're projecting on me. I wasn't tired yesterday. We had a fantastic day yesterday.
All right, very good. Thank you. All right, moving right along.
Commissioner, will you please come in the studio?
Please.
All right.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
Yeah, she's going to come in the studio, and we're going to debut our new pick system.
Hold on. I'm going to do an impression.
Okay. I've got it. I know who it is.
That's why I'm attacking. I watched the show on YouTube yesterday.
Oh, well.
That's all.
The multitasking.
So this is a carryover to yesterday.
Yes.
That's all.
Well, you can always call me and talk to me.
I'd rather do it here.
Okay, that's fair as well.
Seems to be sometimes more effective.
Maddie, you're set up?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's do this.
So this is a new format of picking because we did a round-robin pick system last week for week 1.
Yes.
And I think all of us sort of felt we were cheating by going to school on the other guy.
Well, because look at the picks and the way they were set up. You had 1 miss, I had 2 misses, Mike had 3 misses.
Right, we all had phenomenal weeks.
I have to say that I in no way based my picks on anything you two said.
Which is why you came in third.
You can be as snarky as you like, but that's not true. You got lucky.
I know I did, and I will be the first to admit that.
That's why I said this is the week where the rubber meets the road.
That's right.
Where I may have erred is that I put too much emphasis on the point spread.
I see. So this week...
So that's where I screwed up. But I don't know, because I'm not good at picking horses or football games.
This week, we're all going to reveal our picks simultaneously. Maddie will give us the matchup, and then go 1 or 3, 2, 1, and then we will all say our pick at the same time. All right? So just for example, let's say, let's do a baseball example. Let's say it's the Yankees at the Red Sox, and we had to pick that.
Yes.
Maddie, do what you would do.
3,
Oh, you have to say the matchup first.
Well, you just did.
But you have to say the matchup first.
Okay. Red Sox versus the Yankees.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
Yankees.
Orioles.
And that's how it's going to work.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's perfect. And once it's in, no take back.
That's right. No go backs.
No take back.
None. Mike,
Ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I wish I'd done more preparation.
Well,
because I'm
Rob's
looking at this
done
schedule.
none.
Well, no, I made my picks.
Oh, you made your picks already?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would? No. That shouldn't be legal. I haven't made
How did you
my
make your
picks
picks?
yet.
You just went through Google and said who's
I
going to win?
thought we were going to do it. Oh, you are all right. See, I thought that's
Commissioner?
Shame, name of the game.
The commissioner. He's not allowed to make his picks in advance.
Yes, I am.
Are you DQ'd?
No.
Oh,
No.
my God.
Got a break. Look at mine. Look at mine. You see
Yeah,
anything?
I got
Your
nothing.
lack of preparation
You
does
got
not
nothing.
present
No,
an
no, no,
emergency
no,
on
you
my
know,
part.
I'm sorry. Get him another sheet
Yeah, rip that sheet up and go
turn
back.
it over. Don't look at it
Yeah,
anymore.
don't look at it.
Don't look at it anymore. No, you're looking at it. You're looking at it and trying to memorize. There, to get it away from. Take it away from him.
You get none.
You know what this is?
This is because what?
This
What?
is nonsense.
Why
No,
would
it's
you
not.
make your picks early?
No, of course
For
you-
efficiency's sake.
Because bull. He thinks he's got it now.
Oh no.
He wants it now. He tastes it
no,
now.
he
He
did.
thought through his picks.
Oh my God! I thought ahead. Oh,
You did.
I'm a criminal.
You did.
No, I looked
thought
ahead.
the game was that we look at these and we do them on the fly. That's the whole reason of shouting it out.
Look, in fairness, if you want to do research on your own before you come in here, that's fine. We can't stop you from doing that. But to come in and have your picks ready to go, that's not how we play the game here.
Pretty interesting that he did that.
Yeah.
Huh? He didn't do it. You didn't do it last week, did you?
How could we do it last week? We invented the game on the air.
Okay.
I think you invented it, Rob. You might have thought
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
You don't know.
All I know is that we all got the picks emailed to. Well, you got your picks emailed to you last night. When I got here, the picks were waiting for me at my workstation.
Okay.
And so
Okay,
I was
and
looking at them.
obviously you took a little time.
So I looked at it. Yeah.
Like
Did you-
that.
did
Like
you-
that. Only one loss.
Did you reference any experts?
Yes, I looked at the point spread as Mike did last week.
Okay, listen. I think the rule should be moving forward. It wasn't clear. Is no research here at work. Fair?
I didn't do any research at work. I did it at home.
You looked at the point spread you just said.
The bottom line is
Here or at home?
I printed it out at home.
Okay, so wait a second.
Yeah, he's talking riddles.
What?
Talking in
No.
riddles.
Will you please interrogate this man? It's going to feel like I'm attacking him otherwise.
Rob Spiewak.
Yes.
When you got here this morning,
Yes.
had you already looked at the point spread for
I
the
had the
games?
point spread, yes, when I got here. It was a
Wait.
matter of pointing and clicking and printing. You want to see my research? I'll show you my research.
Okay.
Because it's in the trash. Hold on.
This
Where's
is
it?
great. I love this. I love
He's
this.
into it.
Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't
it's
want to
good.
admit
He doesn't
that
want to
he's into
lose,
it, but he's
of
into
course.
it.
Don't want to lose, but I mean, also, I have no clue of what goes on in the NFL, right?
Yes.
So I looked ahead just to see what was up.
I'm happy for you, but realistically, it's weird that you just said you did it at home and then you had it here. So
I
you're
printed it out at home,
You're
yeah.
lying to us
No, I'm
here
not.
on the air.
I told you exactly
It's
the
like,
truth.
Pony, you got to help us out here. We're not crazy.
I printed it out at home.
What happened?
Brought it in and looked at the game.
You didn't say brought it in. You did not say brought it in.
I just did.
You just did. Just now. Not in our initial salvo of questions.
I can't even find it, but I did bring in the point spread. That's what I know.
Hey, Oscar.
Yes.
Hey, Oscar, I'm sorry I got mad at you.
Yeah, I'm just working here. That's all we're doing. We're trying to come to. We want the
No, this
truth.
is-
We want the truth. Pony.
We'll set you free.
I think
and you
it's
cop to it.
pointless to look at the spread because last time when,
So to speak.
when you kicked everyone's ass, you didn't look at anything. You just guessed off the top of your head. That's what I would do.
You know what
Did you
you
do
are?
it that
Flip
way?
coins.
Yeah, well, last time you were the only one who had the point spread in front of you.
Okay, yeah, but that's because that's what I printed out. I didn't print it. No,
No,
I never.
and you
homina,
actually-
pal.
and you
want to count
actually-
hominas
No,
in a
no.
40-year career? I don't
Also, you
homina.
just said that the problem that you had is that you were too
but
reliant on the point
Rob,
spread.
At the root of the issue
No,
is,
but I said when I printed out the point spread, I only printed out the list of games with the point spread because that's the
Mike,
one that
this
was
is not about
easy
you.
to read
But
on the air.
it was the games were read to you.
this
You
is
didn't
not
even
about
need
you,
that.
Mike. This is not about you. It's about Rob and how you lied to us
I
at the
didn't
beginning
lie.
of the show.
I did not lie.
How dare you do that to us?
I did not lie. I did not lie.
Kamish,
Yes.
what did he do? Did he lie or not lie?
He lied, and it's hard to remember your lies. So now he's trying to remember his lies.
Exactly what happened this morning. All right, at my home, the last thing I did was print out the games with the point spread, brought them in, sat down. Here, if this counts as research, then yes, I researched. I ran down the games with the point spread, picked some favorites, picked some underdogs, and I thought it would be efficient to have the picks done in advance so we knew what we were doing at the show.
The way we, and let me tell you why that's wrong.
Okay,
because the way we're going to do the picks is that Maddie's going to mention the games, and we're going to just shout it out.
Yeah. All right.
So you have no need for that,
So
other than
if you have a
general
good
knowledge
recall,
of the NFL.
maybe you have a good recall. You can
might
memorize
have a good
them.
recall,
Yeah, that's fine.
recall on the spreads.
Could be.
or the picks.
Could be.
I mean, that's it. But the whole reason you tweaked it up a bit, that you have to admit, is because you did so well. last week.
The reason you tweak it up is because
nothing would make you happier than to do the exact
sweet
same
taste
thing
of
2 weeks
victory.
in a row.
It'll
Yeah,
make
and
you
that's-
do
and
things you
that's
don't
where-
usually do, like lie.
and that's where I'm different than you guys because I want to win.
We want to win too, of
Exactly.
course.
So yeah, I did a little
like
research.
Textbook passive aggressive.
Yeah.
That is so you.
I can't wait to see the feedback on the fan club and the Facebook page.
Oscar and Mike picked them in.
No, they're going to cop to his lie. They're going to be like, he did lie because this is what he said. They're great at transcribing.
I made the picks in advance because that's what you do sometimes, right? You want to go in
never
prepared.
done that,
You
ever.
never thought ahead on football picks.
Well, for me, I have to show you this because this is all I have.
All right.
With no,
Me
I
too,
just wanna
Mike.
show- I
Me
wanna
too.
show
And not the Me
sheet.
Too we're all talking about. It's just Me Too.
Right. I want to show the sheet. And,
Just to clarify.
and then, do you have a new sheet yet? Do you
No,
have a
I'm
new
not
sheet?
allowed to have a
He
sheet.
gets no sheet.
Give him. All
No,
right,
I don't want it. I don't want it
Can
now.
we get a little music then? Don't
No, I
ruin the
want to
party
give
for all
you
of
a
us.
sheet. I want to give you a blank sheet. Is what I want to give without the picks. on
We've
it.
given
Okay.
him a
Here,
blank.
got
look,
one.
you've got it. Look, you've got your.
he's got a
pick.
blank
You've
sheet.
got your
Perfect.
sheet. Without. All right, we're ready.
Commish.
We're ready.
But truth be told, I did bring in the point spread. I just can't find it now. I wish I could.
Okay, that's
All right,
fine.
That's fine. Don't
We
look
know.
for it. We're fine. We
We've
can
moved
dive
on
right
from
in.
the lie.
I'm gonna work on memory of week 1. That's
All right.
what I'm using in
Me
the
too, Mike.
intergovernment.
Me
here.
too.
There we go.
The intergovernment.
All right.
To start off, we have Thursday night's game tonight. The Buccaneers at Panthers. 3, 2, 1.
Panthers.
Oh. That was a homer pick, Mike.
Cardinals at
Wait, no. Do we know who picked what?
Yeah, we have Rob and Oscar with the Buccaneers and you with
Right.
the Panthers, Mike.
All right. So it really wasn't a homer pick.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Up next.
Just
Yes.
checking. All right.
Cardinals at Ravens in 3, 2, 1.
Ravens.
Right.
So funny.
Cowboys at Redskins in 3, 2, 1.
Cowboys. Oh, now what are you doing?
And I'll tell you
What
why.
are you
I'll tell you
throwing
why.
it?
No, I'll tell you why. The Redskins win the games that they can't win. That's always been the way.
right.
It's their home
I like
opener.
that.
What was the spread on that one, Rob?
I know that the Cowboys were favored. I don't know any numbers.
That's interesting, Rob. All right.
I like
I'll
where
go with
your
that.
head's at.
Yeah, boy, and I'll tell you something. I'll be watching that one. And if the Redskins pull an upset,
Several
I'm
things
gonna
went
start.
into it. They tend to they lose the ones they should win. They win the ones they should lose, and it's
Okay.
their home opener, and they're probably a little pissed off. So there you go.
All right, cool. All right, I like that. Very good. Ooh, the home opener.
Look at this guy.
Very exciting. All right. Well, I see ad. Maybe that would tell me. All right.
Sometimes the answer's in the question.
Jesus. You're paying more attention than I am. All right.
In fact, I never do.
What do we
I
got?
never do.
All right, next we have Colts at Titans. 3, 2, 1.
Titans.
Titans.
All right, we have Mike and Oscar with the Titans and Rob with the Colts.
Well, this is already starting to get it.
Yeah.
A little hair on this one, huh?
Wow.
Seahawks at Steelers. 3, 2, 1.
Steelers. Easy.
Up next, big game next week.
By
Bill-
whose standards?
Mine.
Okay.
Bills at Giants in 3, 2, 1.
Bills.
Giants.
Homer pick.
Homer all the way. Duh. Homer pick.
I should have picked
Come
the
on,
Seahawks.
Big Blue. Come on, Big Blue. Yeah. Oh, if Jimmy's team burns me. Oh, God.
It's
All
also
right.
our commissioner's team, Mike.
Yep, I get it.
Do a little side wager if you want, Mike.
No.
Oh, son, that.
I can't afford that. I'm not confident in my pick. Pure, as Rob called it, pure homer pick.
49ers at Bengals. 3, 2, 1.
49ers.
Oh, thank
Right. Chargers at Lions. 3, 2, 1.
San Diego.
Lions.
What?
He said San Diego.
Who picked what?
I picked the Chargers.
Rob and Oscar with the Chargers. Mike with the Lions.
Oh, no.
I know. It's a home game. Yeah, like that matters.
Vikings at Panthers in 3.
Oh, it's
No,
like
Packers.
Oh, sorry. Packers in 3, 2, 1.
Panthers.
Packers. We all picked the Packers.
Yes, we all
We
did.
did.
We all did.
Jaguars at Texans in 3, 2, 1.
Jaguars.
Texans.
Ooh. Rob going rogue.
By the way, Oscar and I are like falling on the same ones every week.
Yeah.
And Rob's the outlier.
Yeah.
This could be another repeat.
No.
This could be
He's
another
gone
repeat.
wrong
Or
three
this
times
could,
already.
this could end the season for me in week 2.
No, it won't be bad
What
enough
if
for
it's
anybody.
so devastating one week that we just have to DQ?
That's right.
I know.
Burn down the league.
Patriots at Dolphins in 3, 2, 1.
Patriots.
Chiefs at Raiders in 3, 2, 1.
Chiefs.
Oh.
All right. Saints at Rams in 3, 2, 1.
Rams.
Ooh. Rob
picked
rogue
what?
again?
Wait, no, Mike and I both picked the Rams.
I went Saints.
Right.
Oscar.
Yep.
Bears at Broncos in 3, 2, 1.
Bears.
Broncos.
Oscar rogue again. Eagles at Falcons in 3, 2, 1.
Eagles.
Nice. Last game, Browns at Jets in 3, 2, 1.
Browns.
I'll tell you why that's great is if it's tight, Monday night's going to mean a lot.
There it is. We will be joined by Nikki Diamond for the NFL Week 2, and we will get that as soon as we can. And Oscar is appearing to be more awake, and Rob is appearing to be more honest, and Mike is appearing to be less curmudgeon-y. So that means we can start the show, damn it.
Dennis Murphy hung around Pondville Media and tried to break into broadcasting, but his natural speech proved to be a huge obstacle. Then one day, he would later tell his biographer, the voice of God told him to take diction lessons, and his whole life changed.
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Dennis practiced faithfully for many months, and through diligence and perseverance, it was only a question of time before he emerged a major f***ing star.
Good evening, and cheers to you all out there. Welcome to Murphy's Musings. I'm Dennis Murphy. Our broadcast is sponsored this evening by the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Frightfully witty, uncensored content every week. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and purchase a subscription so you never miss a minute of the fun.
The best of O'Mara.
A couple of things I want to bring up at the beginning of our show today. Number one is yesterday we had a 4 p.m. conference call, with a client, and we usually do our conference calls mid-morning, right around the same time we're doing the show. We occasionally have them in the afternoon, and I have a tremendously bad track record with afternoon conference calls and forgetting them. And so I am here to come clean. I texted my coworkers yesterday and said that Carla took the car with my phone in it. That is not true. That was a lie.
You're kidding.
Why would you lie?
Why would you do that?
But I'll get to that in a second. The phone.
So silly.
You know what? He nailed it. That's silly.
It's silly.
Okay, hold on a second. That's true to a certain extent. The phone there's one thing I do all the time. I leave the car with my phone in it when I'm at home. I guess I'm so delighted to be home, and I
Life
usually
is
put
so
the
good.
Life is so wonderful down here in Cocoonville. I'm so glad to be back with my elderly friends that I jump out of the car, I spring into my home, and I'm just like, here we are in my 1,700 square foot shack. I'm very happy to be down here. But I leave my phone. I take my phone and put it in the center console of the car when I'm driving, and inevitably I will walk into the house, I will sit down and say, oh, I've got to call this person, and my phone will be in the car.
Now,
So yesterday...
I forget. Do you have a landline in your shack?
No, I do not have a landline.
So you're one of those
I'm
cool
one of those
guys.
people.
Yeah.
I'm one of the cool guys. Well, I have no need for a landline.
If it's important,
really
they'll call me back.
Of course.
But also, the fact is, the landline for down here, for my purposes, with the big move,
yes,
the landline was not functional for me. I wanted to keep my number that I had back in Virginia and the number that I had down here.
I
so
see.
that's why I use it down here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Have I made that clear to you?
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Is that working for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wow.
the fact is,
He's mad at you.
I know.
I
I
leave
was on the conference call.
Weird.
Well, it started
early.
You know what? It started with the whole bring the computer back to the studio thing. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Man.
So anyway, my point is,
Now you're
leave the
bringing
phone.
off-air stuff on air.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
No,
yeah,
it's
well,
not.
kind of a
it's the same
throwaway.
stuff. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff. It's being forgetful. It's forgetting important things. But the fact is, I got off the air yesterday, and I said to Carla, I said, I've got a 4 p.m. conference call. I drive Carla over to the grocery store, and I stay in the car with the Bambino, and she goes in to just get a few things in the grocery store.
What brand of grocery store?
Pubix.
Oh, Pubix, good. That's a great store.
Yeah, so
good.
she runs in there, and I am sitting there with the baby, and for some reason I say, I got to remember, she said, okay, do you want to do anything else? I said, no, I want to get back to the house. I got a 4 p.m. conference call. So I get back to the house, and I read to my son. I read a couple of books to my son, and the time is beginning to tick by, and then I turn on the golf channel with my son and watch the tournament that's on, the ladies' tournament that's in the middle of the day.
Nice.
And the ladies have technically sound swings compared to the pro. The pros can be a little unique and quirky. Ladies are much more technical, so I figure this is good for him. I don't know why I'm giving you all this detail.
No,
but the fact is, the clock on the wall, suddenly I look down at my watch, and it's 4:30.
You lost
and I look,
45
down,
minutes on women's golf?
And I look down, and I see there's no phone. Because I said, well, the phone would have, somebody might have given me a heads-up text, and so I run out to the car, and it's 4:30, and that's when I texted you guys and said, Carla, I left the phone in the car. Carla ran some errands. Carla didn't run any errands. The phone was sitting in the driveway, just
So
there.
it was
the clock on the wall
a white
went
lie.
by the 4 o'clock,
white
and you guys
lie.
had to handle the the conference call, the teleconference, where you all jump in and they're like, who's here? And they kind of like take roll call to
They
make
do
sure
take
that
roll call,
you're
yes.
there. They took roll call, and were you two? Was it just us yesterday, or was it
No.
going to be like 9 other DJs?
There was another podcaster and there
another
was
radio
a
station.
boss jock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that the
It was
worst
fine.
possible
It
scenario.
was
but
fine.
but I actually now, is it worse when I'm not there if there are multiple shows, or is it worse if it's just
This
us?
actually hurts my feelings because I know that they love you, Mike O'Mara.
That you are the one they love.
So much.
I can't even begin to describe how horrible I felt. I really did.
That when they're going through roll call, you almost feel that after they go through Rob and I, that they're waiting for Mike to pipe up and say, Mike O'Mara.
That's right.
Mike O'Mara
Right.
show.
That's right.
And Carla said, well, why didn't they text you? I said, well, they don't text me because the conference call starts before my guys even know that I'm not there. And you really can't. You guys are on your cell phones too, probably, so you really can't text me.
And we don't want
while
to be
that's going on.
nudges. And if we would have texted you, you still wouldn't have gotten it.
That's
Wouldn't
true.
have gotten it because the phone was in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you
maybe
said
a neighbor
car,
would
you
have
said
gotten
car. You said phone in a car. Phone.
You know what would have been great is if you had let your windows down and the text went through. One of your neighbors heard the text, picked up, and phoned in. Hi, this is Wilson from Palm Springs.
In the future, Mike, I will text you and I will text Carla. I'll text both
well,
of
you've
you.
done that before, and I
Yes.
think that's but that once
Started
again
2 hours
yesterday.
out.
Yeah.
But no, once again yesterday that would not have helped.
Yeah.
because I was saying it all day, and I said it. Here's what happens with my brain. I think I actually psych myself into missing an appointment. I had nothing. I had nothing going on. I wasn't anywhere. I didn't have to go to my fleet of doctors yesterday. I was not on the links enjoying my fellow 80-year-olds out here. I was not. I was in the home with my son waiting for our business conference call yesterday, and I blew it.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.